back, everyone, to SecurityCompliance.io's CMMC Assessment Guidance series, powered by Intersec, Inc. In this video, we will continue to discuss the CMMC domains and break down information for each of them to better your understanding of their requirements. If you are preparing for CMMC certification and would like to learn how C3PAOs, which are CMMC third-party assessor organizations, will assess your CMMC Level 1 compliance, this video is for you. Today, we'll be focusing on identification and authentication. The CMMC standard defines one capability for identification and authentication. It is to grant access to authenticated entities. The identification and authentication domain for Level 1 has two practices. The first practice, which is going to be the focus of today's video, IA.1.076, is about identifying information users and processes. Let us discuss identification and authentication from a NIST 800-171 point of view. Here, it's going to be all about individual identifiers on shared systems, such as usernames or passwords, which you will use to keep track of a user's activity. It's also going to focus on individual identifiers which are or not associated with system accounts, so creating that differentiation between them. Now, what does this mean in regards to CMMC? Here, it's going to be all about assigning unique identifiers to all user or user processes that access company systems. But it also means to ensure that authorized devices also have a unique identifier. Authentication is all about knowing who is using or viewing your system, so making sure that you manage this and confirm the identifiers of users, processes, or devices before allowing them access to your company's information system is going to be extremely important. Let us go over an example to understand this further. You want to make sure that all employees working on a project can access important information about it. Because this is work for the DoD and may contain FCI, federal contract information, you also need to prevent employees who are not working on that project from being able to access the information. Because of this, you assign each employee with a unique user ID, which they use to log into the system. Now, before moving on, let me pose you a question. How would this translate over to your own organization? Let us discuss an implementation scenario. Let's say you're a small business and you have one shared computer amongst a few employees. You set up individual accounts for your employees with unique usernames and passwords for access to the computer, these being the unique identifiers that were discussed earlier. Whenever an employee accesses the computer, they have to use their unique login, and they should only be able to access or view what they require to complete their work. Furthermore, any changes made by that employee are tracked and logged to ensure accountability and system security. Now, let's move on to the assessment objectives. Each assessment objective includes a determination statement related to the CMMC practice that is the subject of the assessment, in this case, IA.1.076. The determination statements are linked to the content of the CMMC practice to ensure traceability of the assessment results. Here, the assessment objectives are 1. System users are identified, 2. Processes acting on behalf of users are identified, and 3. Devices accessing the system are identified. Moving on to the assessment objects. Assessment objects identify the specific items being assessed and can include specifications, mechanisms, activities, and finally, individuals. The assessment objects are going to be the same as the ones discussed in access control, and they're going to be same in the domain in general, so I won't go over them at this time. You can pause the video to look at them really quickly if you would like to. When it comes time to being assessed, a C3PAO may examine one or more of the following artifacts from each of these sections for your organization. Making sure you understand and acknowledge each of these will be vital for the assessment process, so let us go over each to ensure your understanding of them. The examine method or section is the process of reviewing, inspecting, observing, studying, or analyzing assessment objects. Here, they could look at your system security plan or system design documentation. The interview method is the process of holding discussions with individuals or groups to facilitate understanding. Here, they might interview your personnel with information system security responsibilities. The test method is the process of exercising assessment objects under specific conditions. Here, they might inspect your organizational processes for uniquely identifying and authenticating users. These are the references to other security standards related to IA.1.076. You can use these as a mapping mechanism to see how your existing standards match up to the CMMC side of things in regards to your organization. If you would like to continue to learn about CMMC in depth, check out some of the resources listed on the screen and in the description below. Intersec continuously posts educational content on our other platforms as well. Check out our blogs with the link given to continue to deepen your understanding on the CMMC domain. A great way to keep up to date on CMMC and any relevant updates and changes is to join our mailing list at intersecinc.com/contact us. The best way to prepare for CMMC certification is to practice, and that can only be done by taking action now. We provide a platform where you can take that action and take a free self-assessment on your current standing with CMMC, as well as generate a free actionable gap analysis report to indicate what needs to be worked on with your organization to work towards certification. Check it out at www.securitycompliance.io. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a like and subscribe for more content if you would like to see more CMMC educational content from us. Turn on post notifications so you can be alerted when we post a new video. Thanks for watching.